Okay, boys, welcome. This is gonna be a little bit of a different video than I usually post. Hopefully, I can do this stuff more often because it's pretty fun to make these videos. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Hope you guys, want more of this, and let's just get right into it. Okay, so my experiences with bullying. Man, I don't even know where to start. Pretty much throughout all my schooling, there's always been like constant bullying because I have Tourette's, and growing up with Tourette's, it's not the most fun thing, especially when they're verbal Tourette's. But yeah, when I was a kid, I had some pretty intense Tourette's. Every so often, I would just make a squeaking noise. Like it wasn't the best Tourette to have, to say the least. Let's just say that. It was very easy to make fun of. Let's just put it at that. My nickname was Squeaks. Very fun name, very creative. I know. But yeah, just growing up in general with that, and it was pretty rough. But I feel like it all really started in like grade 1, because like I was one of those kids that had pretty high temper, like pretty bad rage issues, if you'd call them. When you're that young, there's usually that one kid in your class that has some pretty bad anger issues, so the other kids kind of egg them on purpose to try to get a reaction out of them. Yeah, that was me. So throughout all of primary school, like grade 1 to grade 6, like, I was that one kid that everyone just egged on, wanted to get a reaction out of, and didn't stop until they got a reaction. So yeah, that primary school wasn't the best time, but it wasn't too bad compared to middle school and high school. Middle school is where it really started, and like before middle school started, like everyone had their little like cliques. Like all the different primary schools were kind of like divided, and like if you were from this school, you didn't really talk to kids from this school. That only really went on for about the first month, but I wasn't even really in my own school's clique, so I was just there, okay? And in middle school, my Tourette's were still very frequent, so in middle school I was still making those squeaky noises. So like in the middle of class, it would just be like completely silent, teacher's talking, and if you were in my class, you would hear every so often that squeaking. And like I couldn't help it, but I would constantly be doing it, even in class when no one's talking. Like I couldn't help it. It was something that happened. I couldn't help it. But oh shit, okay, yo, that triggered a lot of people. For some reason, it rubbed a lot of people weird. Like everyone thought I was a weirdo. No one really understood what Tourette's were at that age. Everyone was just like, why is this kid squeaking? Like what's his deal? Why is he being weird? So yeah, during middle school, it wasn't too nice. Like I remember when birthday parties were still a thing. Somehow I got invites, but I feel like the only reason I really got invites because every time I went to one of these parties, it would just be everyone having a fun time, and then they would like purposely exclude me. So it was a weird dynamic, let's just say that. And I don't know, man. Like there was one time where these kids legit took my shoes, hid them on me, went to go play tag, and it took me like 3 hours to find my shoes. And by the time that happened, like they were already done playing. Like it was pretty much the end of the birthday party. So lit. Looking back on the situation, it irritates me because if you know someone with Tourette's and you make fun of them for it, like just know they can't control it. Like they can't control it. They most of the time, like I doubt they want to be doing that, okay? So you making fun of them definitely doesn't help. So just be mindful of that if you have friends with Tourette's, or if you know someone with Tourette's. Like it's rough. I don't have verbal Tourette's anymore. I still have like other things where, like, if you watch my streams or seen in some videos, I blink my eyes a lot. Like I move my neck around. There's some things that I do. I still have Tourette's, but they're not really that noticeable. They're not verbal anymore, so they're really not noticeable unless you pay attention. But yeah, going through grade 7 was pretty rough to say the least. Started to get pretty depressed over the grade 7 to grade 8 summer. But like around coming back into grade 8, it got a little better because that's where I finally started hanging out with the boy Danks, and that's where I met Danks in middle school. I mean, we went to the same preschool. I didn't know that, but we went to the same preschool. Didn't find out until, I started becoming friends with him, but I've known him for a pretty long time. And he played like a big part in me, not being so fucking depressed all the time. And that did make grade 8 a lot easier. There was still the same amount of bullying. I still had the same issues, but going through grade 8, I slowly stopped my verbal threats, so that made things way better. But during grade 7, I kind of made this, I don't know, like label for myself. Everyone was like, I was like the key kid to go to if you wanted to start shit. Don't ask me why. I have no idea why, but there was always kids trying to start shit with me, and I was not a kid to start shit. Like, I was social anxiety, didn't talk to a lot of people. Like, I wasn't in a lot of groups. I don't know why, but it just happened. But that went on over all of grade 8, and then coming to the end of grade 8, I had this one friend that I will not name, but I was trying to buy a weed vape off of him. Yeah, I know, going into grade 8. What? Don't ask questions, okay, man? I was a weird child. I was a wild child. But okay, like, this kid was like one of my really close friends. Like, he was like, he was a close friend. So I thought, like, this kid's not gonna scam me. Might as well, buy a vape off him. So I ended up meeting up with one of his buddies to buy the vape. I paid for it. He gave me the box. I looked at the box. It was like duct tape a million times over again. I was like, yo, can I look inside? Like, he's like, no, I got like a strict schedule. I gotta be somewhere. I'm like, okay, whatever. I give him the money. I take the box and I finally get it open. This box it's just a box of rocks, dude. They gave me a box of rocks. Like, one of my best friends at the time set me up to get scammed, dude. Like, what? What? And that, I don't know why, but that stemmed so much bullshit when I went into high school. I don't know why it started so much shit, because I was the one that got robbed. I was the one that got scammed. But some reason, they all held a grudge against me. So, like, me not doing, like, absolutely anything somehow landed me pretty much one of the most hated kids in my school. I don't know why, but don't ask. I was literally one of those kids that stuck to himself, didn't do anything, didn't cause issues, none of that. But, found its way to me somehow. Don't know how, but it did. Yeah, after that happened, grade 9, I was in a different school. So, like, honestly, if I stayed in that school, things would have probably been a lot better. But because that school was like 10 out of 10, dude. I saw no bullying going on there. Like, everyone was like kind of chill. Like, it was great. It was great. It was like a more ghetto school. Like, the school that I was at prior was like one of those rich preppy schools. Not really preppy, but like all the kids that were in there were definitely spoiled rich. And the ghetto school, holy man, it was 10 times better. The atmosphere, the people, oh my god. But grade 10, I went back. Don't ask me why. Actually, no. I had a lot of friends there. I wanted to go back. Oh boy, when I got back, for some reason, I don't know why, but the whole scamming thing created this whole issue where pretty much this whole clique, the quote-unquote popular kids, all pretty much hated me for this scenario that I got robbed. I didn't even rob. I got robbed. So yeah, all that happening over all those years, yeah, it took a toll. It took a toll on me. And I feel like that's what a lot of kids don't really realize when they're saying these things to kids. Like, it may not seem that big of a problem to you, but if someone deals with bullying on a daily and it happens to them 24/7, it's not nothing. Like, it's not nothing either way, but I just feel like we have to be more understanding and more aware of what we're actually saying to each other, because things stick with other people. It may not stick with you, and you may think, oh, it's not that big of a deal that I'm saying this, but that kid that you're saying it to, he might have been through a lot of other shit, and it's just stacking on. So you have to really be mindful of what you're saying nowadays, like any day. And that is one of the main reasons that I dropped out. I'm pretty much still in like grade 10, I think. I dropped out because I didn't want to deal with it anymore. I couldn't handle it anymore. I barely went to class. I just skipped class all the time. But like, in a way, that experience over those years it's shaped me. I feel like it's definitely made me a better person. I feel like it's definitely opened my eyes about a lot of things. Do I wish I could go back and change it? I honestly, I don't know. I mean, what happened happened. I can't, there's no changing that. But what I can do is I can improve on myself. I can take those things that I saw in other people and, not do those things, like in a way make a difference. Because, like that's one of the main reasons why I started YouTube. I mean, my content is kind of, vulgar in a way, I guess you would call it. But, I have dark humor, and I feel like a lot of that has stemmed from my past. Like, that's just how you cope with stuff like that. And one of the main things that have really, like opened my eyes, and I feel have made me a better person, is meditation. And like, I know it's kind of obvious by my name, Buddha Vinci. Yeah, the boy meditates, no duh. But I'm telling you, if you're struggling with something mentally, like you have to give it a shot. It may seem like this big thing, a big commitment, and it kind of is in a way. Like, you can't just expect it to work overnight. Like, even if it's just sitting down for an hour a day to meditate, over time, the more you meditate and the more you give yourself that little frame of time a day to just block everything out and just relax, then I'm telling you, life will be a lot better. And it really helps you create this space where you can just go off to if you're feeling down. Just block everything out. Like, if that's just putting earbuds in and listening to like nature music or just calming music, just clear your mind of all your thoughts and just really let yourself go in that moment. Having that accessibility anywhere you go is amazing. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. I don't know what else to say, okay? If you enjoyed this video, you see that red button down there, you click it. There will be a nice little bell icon right there. Click that one too if you want to stay up to date on all the content. I don't really post videos like this, so don't be, expecting a lot of these kind of videos. I definitely want to make more of these videos, but that's only gonna happen if this blows up. So, if you want to see more of this, blow it up. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and see you in the next video. Peace.
Winning so much lately, feel like Jordan in his prime. They like, wavy, what's the key? I told him go ahead and grind. But no matter what you do, don't you ever look behind. One day I fell and I got up and I told myself I was always gonna kill shit. And from that day on, I swear to God, I've been winning. From that day I started making such a difference. I've been down, but now I'm up. They wanna see you doing bad, bad, bad. They wanna see you doing bad, 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 bad. They wanna see you doing bad.